Okay, so since everybody and their grandmother keeps asking me to do this, we're gonna do this. Alright? Cool. Okay guys, welcome to Broke College Cooking. I'm your professor, Dr. J. And we're gonna get in on this. Alright? As you can see, I got some onions in there. And throw in some vegetable oil. Just a little bit. There we go, that should be enough. And my happy ass just lost the cap. There it is. Okay. So we're gonna turn this son of a bitch all the way up. Now, for any of you guys watching this who are wondering how the hell can I make food at a dorm? Okay, that's basically what this is. I don't have access to a stove. I rent a room. This is as good as it's gonna get for me. All right. We are gonna let that sit and do what it's got to do. Now, what am I making today? Well, we're making fried rice. I already know Uncle Roger's probably going to see this and tear me to shreds over it, okay? But you will see some of the stuff I'm going to do today is actually Uncle Roger approved. I promise, okay? Now, I got some red onion in there. Why do I have red onion? Because I like red onion. A little bit of mirin. Oops, daisy, there we go. A little bit of mirin. Got some soy sauce. Got some sesame oil. Got some dark soy sauce. Son of a bitch is heavy too. Optional is you could throw in some fish sauce and some oyster sauce if you want to make this more Southeast Asian, then knock yourself out. Okay? Now, you can hear it, it's starting to sizzle. I know, I can already hear Uncle Roger. You hear sizzling, I hear my ancestors crying. Look, I'm gonna try to do as best I can, Uncle Roger. I promise. Okay? I'm not perfect, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Now, the whole idea for me making this video is my partner has told me multiple times that I should make a Broke College Cooking video because I'm capable of making things that even some of my compatriots when I was in grad school and undergrad were both like, you know, how the hell do you do that? You know, and I have limited means. You know, I'm not rich. I'm actually very poor, to be perfectly honest. If we're going to be brutally honest here, I am, like a lot of people my age, I'm 37, and I am broker than the Ten Commandments. Better screw that up, right? Now, I do have more red onion that's going to go in there. As soon as I get it nice and cut up over here. Pour some more of that in there. Okay, so here's what we're doing. We are going to let this saute down. Now, while that's going, if you don't have fresh garlic, you can use garlic powder, or you can do what I'm about to do, which I use minced garlic. Now, this is Iberia minced garlic. Get it from the Latino aisle. In any store. It's cheaper too, honestly. Buying stuff that's Iberia or Badia is generally cheaper and is gonna save you some money in the long run. Now, obviously, you could go get fresh garlic if you have it. Not for nothing. I didn't. I already have this in the house, so this is what I'm using. The whole idea here, guys, this is not restaurant. You know, this is not a restaurant quality meal that I'm making. It's just going to be about as good as I can get it. Okay? That's all it is. So, we're going to let that cook on. And I'm going to have to send this to myself so that I can cut edit this, because I don't have a really good editor on my phone, because iPhone fucking sucks. Yes, I said it. iPhone sucks. I hate iPhone. The second that I'm able to get rid of this damn thing, I'm going to go and get a goddamn Android, because I had Android for years, and then my wonderful college that I'm going to said, hey, guess what? All of our programs are iOS exclusives. I was like, well, that's fucking wonderful. So, off camera right now, I'm getting the cutting board ready, and I'm going to be cutting up some chicken breast. This is a whole chicken breast right here. All right, fairly thick. And the reason why it's off camera right now is because setting this camera up without the proper equipment is a major bitch, and I don't feel like moving it, because God forbid if this stupid thing falls into the pan while it's recording, I will be monumentally pissed. So, what you're going to do is you're going to cut your chicken breast in half. You're going to basically butterfly it, okay? And you're going to slice it up into these little strips that you see here. Then you're going to cut it into like little cubes, and then you're going to throw it right in there. So I'm doing this as I am cutting the chicken, just because it's a little easier for me right now. Come on, there we go. Whoops, stays in. Okay. So like I said, you're going to cut it into strips, and then you're going to cut it into like little cubes. I personally like larger chunks of chicken in my rice. That's just me. You can cut it however small you want. That's up to you. I know Uncle Roger would probably want it to be smaller, but I personally prefer larger chunks of the meat that I'm using in the rice. Okay. Get some hand sanitizer here. Alright, so you're just going to take this and you're going to keep cooking it. Everything's very fragrant right now. You can smell the onion and the garlic, and you're just going to keep moving that around. Okay. Now, this is a small pan. I have a shitload of leftover rice. Once this is cooked, I'm going to take half of this out and put half the rice I have in. To give you guys an idea how big of a thing of rice I've got here, it's basically like this. It's like a quart of rice, okay? Fairly large. That's way too much for this pan. It's not going to work. So I'm going to put half of it in now. Well, not now, but I'm going to put half of it in with half of this filling, and then the other half of the filling. And you're just going to keep moving it around. Really what you want to do is you want to make sure that that oil gets taken up, okay? So what you're doing is that you're letting the chicken and the onion absorb all of that, okay? Now, in some recipes I've seen, you can, remove the meat when it's done, and then you can cook up your eggs separately. What I actually do is, I found this works a lot better, is to grab your eggs. I got me some Wally World jumbo eggs here, okay? And I just throw them in and let everything cook at once. That's the way I do it. Is it the traditional way of doing it? Probably not. But the idea is that it's going to mix with the fat and the oil, and it's going to just soak everything up. So I'm going to throw in 4 of these suckers. Only because this is a lot of chicken and onion. Now, I happen to like onions and chicken, so I don't really care. If you're using beef, you might want to actually use a yellow onion. That's your call. Red onion I found goes good with chicken and pork. I made pork fried rice a week ago, I want to say. It turned out pretty well. Now, mind you, this is an electric skittle, skillet. Jesus Christ. Can't speak English today. I'm too damn tired. I've been running all over the place today. So this is your electric skillet, and what's going to happen is it's all the way up, right? You want this all the way up. Now this is all going to mix together and cook. You're going to let that cook for a while. Once everything dries up, you're going to take half of the filling out. You're going to put half of your desiccated rice in. Now, what the fuck does desiccated mean? It means there's no more moisture in it, okay? So, let me show you. This rice I made a few days ago when I made some Japanese curry. So it is very dry. It's been in the fridge for a couple days now. It partially froze for a little bit too. Because my fridge just likes to freeze stuff in the back when it's in the back, but whatever. So anyway, that's what you want to do. You want to use that. You do not want to use freshly cooked rice. Don't use freshly cooked rice, goddammit. Unless you know what you're doing, all right? You're going to fuck it up. So don't do it, okay? There are people who are very good at using fresh rice for fried rice. I am not one of them, and I don't recommend that you do it either. Okay? What I'm doing is I'm turning everything over to make sure not only does it evenly cook, but also so that we get that moisture out of there. We do not want moisture in the rice. There's not necessary, okay? Yeah, I know, right now it looks less like chicken fried rice and more like a chicken scrambled egg. But trust me when I say, it will get better, I promise. So I know some of you are probably wondering, Dr. J, are you Asian? The answer is no, I'm not. I'm Puerto Rican. And if you really want to get technical, I'm a New Jersey Puerto Rican, okay? So, some of you are probably sitting there going, well, then where the hell do you get off telling us how to make fried rice? I'm also an anthropologist. I'm going for my PhD this year, and my dissertation is in culinary arts. It's a very long title, but the title is the culinary arts of diasporic peoples and their perception by the countries of origin and vice versa. In simplest terms, how people make their food when they're not living in their country of origin or the country of heritage, and how their food is then perceived by the country of origin or the country of heritage. And in turn, the opposite, how people in diasporas view the homeland's country, cooking, okay? That's basically the simplest way I can break that down. And yes, I do have experience cooking fried rice. I actually dated someone who was Asian years and years and years ago, and they taught me how to make fried rice. It's actually kind of funny too, because they used to, oh Jesus Christ, that's hot. They used to call me a fake Asian all the time. It was hilarious. Alright, so there you go. You got half of your filling left. So at this point, you want to get that rice in there. If it's in clumps, try to break it up as best you can with your hand. Once you get it into the pan, you can break it up with the there we go. You can break it up with the wooden spoon, a wooden spatula if you have one. So that's about half of what I had in there. So now we're going to take this and we're going to move this around, get everything mixed in there. Now remember, if you have an electric skillet, an electric pan that you can use, I mean, hell, if you can get your hands on some kind of electric wok, that'd be friggin' awesome. And if you do find something like that, please let me know, because I'd love to check that out. Anyway, so now we got our rice in there. What comes next? Well, let's see, where is it? There it is. I'll do this without dropping my camera. Ginger. Okay, now if you have fresh ginger, okay, I already know, I can hear Uncle Roger right now. Hi-ya, why are you using ground ginger? Because I don't have anything else, Uncle Roger, okay? Broke college cooking. If you have fresh ginger, go for it, all right? I also like to throw in red pickled ginger afterwards, but that's just me. I also like a shitload of ginger in my rice. My family hates it. This meal is gonna last me like probably 4 or 5 meals. So you're gonna throw some of that in. You're gonna take your mirin, you're gonna throw that in. Okay. Sesame oil. Now I like a lot of sesame oil. Okay, so don't hate me on this one. I like a lot of sesame oil in mine. And then your regular soy sauce. Once you put that soy sauce in, you gotta start stirring. You have to. Okay? Otherwise, you're gonna wind up with some of the saltiest bits in there possible. And then it's gonna taste like ass. And you don't want that. Remember, the idea is to get this completely coated. Now, you also want to make sure that not only is it evenly coated, but that you aerate the rice while you're doing it. That's why I'm doing this like this, okay? I'm actually pushing the rice towards me, and then I'm getting the spatula underneath to get those air pockets in. Try to aerate the rice while I'm cooking, okay? You're not going to get wok in one of these. I'll promise you that right now, you're not. Okay, but you can do your very best. And that's why you want to aerate the rice. Now you see how this rice is now fairly fluffy. Okay? Everything's evenly coated. So now I'm going to take in my dark soy sauce. I like my rice to be a little bit darker. And this is more Cantonese than anything. So I put a little bit of dark soy sauce in there. And again, you're going to mix, you're going to mix, you're going to mix, you're going to mix. Easiest way to tell if you've mixed it right is just look at it. The colors are different. You'll be able to see where you screwed up. Listen, I'm not perfect at this, okay? I screw up all the time. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm, the golden child of making fried rice. I'm not. Okay? Like I said, you want to get in there with that spatula and aerate the rice so that you get that. Now, you can add oyster sauce and fish sauce if you like. I don't really want to this time. If I didn't add the dark soy sauce, then I probably would. But for this, not necessary. So, I'm coming there with some pepper. And yes, I know I don't have white pepper, okay? Again, broke college cooking. Can't afford it. Alright? This is also good if you're on like SNAP or TANF, any kind of assistance program. Now, I'm actually going to stop stirring it for a little bit for a very good reason. And that reason is you want some char on this, okay, when you're making fried rice. Puerto Ricans, we call it begal, okay? But begal for us usually turns into almost like a cracker. You don't want that. You want like a little bit of begal on here, okay? So you want it to be a little bit, charred. You're going to keep mixing it. If you spot some spots like I just did that need to be coated, you mix it again. And then you're just going to flip it. And you're going to keep flipping it. And you're going to keep flipping it. And the whole idea here is, like I said, you're going to aerate it, but you're also going to get some bag out. Now, I would never toss my rice in this thing because if I do, it's going to go all over the damn place. All right, I'm not that skilled. Uncle Roger or Joshua Weissman or somebody wants to try it with that and not make a mess, be my guest. I'm not doing that. So we're gonna let that get the big out, and then, like I said, I'm gonna char it a little bit, and I'm gonna flip it over, and then that's pretty much going to be it, guys. That's really all there is to making this dish. Not that hard. Like I said, you can season it to your taste. I like a lot of ginger. I like a lot of garlic. I like a lot of sesame oil. If you don't like sesame oil, don't put it in there. If you want chili flakes in there for a little bit of heat, go for it. Unfortunately, I have acid reflux, so that's not happening. Especially not this late at night. Not going to happen. Okay? But you can throw in veggies if you want. I know Uncle Roger says veggies taste like sad. I don't have any fresh veggies to throw in here, to be perfectly honest. Even if I did, none of them are the correct ones to throw in fried rice. I'm not going to throw in, corn and shit in there. I never liked that. Maybe if I had some bean sprout, I would throw some bean sprout in here. And that's kind of pushing it. What I do sometimes is I kind of mimic the way that this one place makes fried rice up by me. I will get Japanese fish cake and cut it and put it in there. And I will get red pickled ginger. And I will put that on top of here. I will not mix it in. I will put it on top. Along with the green onions. But other than that, I really don't deviate too much. And you see how that's charred? That's what you want. Okay, so flip it over, flip it all over. I'm just going to try the other side a little bit, and then, kiddos, that's it. That's all there is to it. It's a very simple dish. Doesn't take that long to make. And the only thing that sucks is some of the prep work. If you're using fresh ginger, you're going to have to peel it, obviously. And that can be a little time consuming. Cutting up the onions, that's a pain in the ass. It's always a pain in the ass. But otherwise, I mean, it's not that bad. Really, this is an easy meal. And like I said, I'm probably going to only eat about a quarter of this. And then the rest of this, plus the second pan I'm going to make later, is all going to go into the freezer. And that's going to be my dinners for a few days, so that I don't have to cook. And if you're on a budget, or if you're a broke college student, which I am both right now because I'm a PhD student and I'm broke as shit, then this is perfect for you. If you have an electric skillet, great way to go. Now, plating. Real simple. Grab yourself a bowl. Not a plate. Don't put it on a goddamn plate. I don't know why you people eat freaking fried rice on a plate. You're supposed to eat rice in a bowl. The only time I ever eat rice in a plate is if I'm having a arroz con gandule. Alright, maybe I might wind up eating half of this because I just realized how big my bowl is. Whoops-a-daisy. That's alright. Youch, that's hot. Okay. You get it into your bowl, right? Come over here. Get over here. Yes, my bed is a mess. This is how I get everything ready. You're basically in my studio. Here's my green onions. Take your green onions. Put them right on top. That's it, folks. Chicken fried rice. Enjoy.